Have you ever wondered what it feels like to walk in the footsteps of your ancestors? To taste history and still dance your heart out in Africa? Well, buckle up, because Ghana gave us all of that and so much more.
Welcome back to Travel Tips and Recommendations with Nikki and Tommie. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Tommie. We are happily retired Army veterans, very happy. But now, travel is a huge part of our life.
Yep, and today we're taking you along our powerful journey to Ghana, from Accra to Cape Coast, from history to heritage, and even a naming ceremony that changed everything for us. So I hope you're ready. You ready?
You know it. Let's go. All right, so we arrive in Accra, Ghana. Now, I'm telling you, when we stepped off of that plane, we felt something. Mm-hmm. You could feel the vibe. We flew into the Kotoka International Airport, and just
amazing being there. As soon as we landed, people were saying, welcome home.
Yeah.
We met some really cool people on the plane.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was giving us all kind of recommendations, Yasmin, about Ghana, and she was flying back from Atlanta back to home, and just giving me different recommendations of different foods to try and different. I complimented her on her glasses, and so she gave me the information of where she got that from. So just how welcoming that started everything off for us.
Yeah. And then, you know, the only thing you need to get into Ghana is your passport, your visa that you apply for, and proof of yellow fever vaccination.
Yeah.
So you got that, you get in, right? And so once we got through that, it's on to baggage claim. It's not a long walk at all. And once you're baggage claim, just get ready for the hustle, because the introduction to the hustle you get there is the hustle you deal with the whole time you're in Accra.
Right.
Because they're going to come at you and they're going to want to grab your luggage. They're going to try to get you to sign up and be a part of the Airbnb that's being built. They're going to try to get you to buy some. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, can't knock their hustle, but if you're not ready for any of that, just tell them no thank you and just keep it moving. And
that's all you have to do is say no and keep moving. And if you say no and stand there, they're going to say, well, brother, you know, or my family. It's the hustle, right? It's around the world. So just be ready for it, okay? But carry your bags. You're going. We were in a group, so we found our guide. Our guide picked us up.
Yeah.
And the good news is the hotel was only about 20 minutes away. It was the Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel. It's one of Accra's best.
Yeah.
And
really, it was. I think maybe the top 3 hotels that they recommend in Accra to stay at. So we were glad we were able to be able to stay there and then experience that entire hotel.
Our room was nice.
The room was great. And what we did notice, the room was not ready when we first arrived. So we had several hours before we could actually get into our room.
Because we arrived early in the morning.
We arrived really early, which was fine, you know, it was fine enough. We could sleep in the lobby. Or just tour around the hotel. Yeah. But we were in a large group, and different people had different style rooms. Yeah. What we found, ours was great. But some of the other rooms were fantastic. You know, so there were just different levels to the room categories that they had there, which again, still a fantastic hotel, but just keep in mind that they do have the upgrades available for you.
Absolutely. The room you want, the room you're willing to pay for, you can get it. That's the way. But I will say this about Mövenpick. Their restaurant inside the Mövenpick is amazing. Yeah. For breakfast, they gave us that
ginger shots.
A ginger shot, and talking about
as you walk in,
get your head right, and for some breakfast.
Yeah, fruits were fresh. Every buffet, kind of what it was, and then they also had stations there, fresh stations to get omelets and things like that. But it was amazing. We can't say enough about Mövenpick.
Yeah, great. And then we had a group dinner that night. where we got to sample some of the food at another hotel to get away. But while we were there, we got to see another welcome ceremony. And it was pretty interesting getting to see the tribal dances and
listen to the music.
Yeah, listen to the music and the fun we were having. So I got to record some of that. So it was fun. Yeah. And then time to go to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah, because we had a full day the next day.
Yep.
After breakfast, we talked about that.
Yeah, we went and visited the W.E.B. Du Bois Museum, which was his final resting place that he had in Ghana, because he spent many years there.
Well, this thing is, like, so you know about W.E.B. Du Bois because of, his contribution to our fight for freedom, right? But you don't really get to know him because he was not a fan of the American government at that time. So what the good news is, Accra, Ghana, called him and asked him in his later stage in life to come to Ghana and help them track their history, help them put their history in the books. Yeah. And so he came there as he was invited for historical moments, and he actually helped initiate their history being written down in books for the first time. So that was amazing. And the hotel we went to, it's actually where he lived, or not hotel, but the museum we went to is where he actually lived when he came there. I think he only lived 2 years there before he passed away. And he's buried with his wife on that location. But it's a very interesting museum.
You get to see all of that there.
Yeah, you get to see where he slept. You get to see where his office was, his library, and all that stuff. Yeah. And it generates a conversation, especially from Americans, because he was a hero to Black America, but not necessarily to white America. And then while you're going through that museum, you get to see why he was not considered that, and then some of the actions he had to take to be successful and live his life, So it's pretty interesting. And then from there, we went on to the Kwame Nkrumah Museum, and he was the first president of Ghana. It's that simple, right? And he was another political figure that even in Ghana, he was not as appreciated at the time,
right,
as he is now, because without getting into politics too much, what he did for Ghana and what his intentions were for the continent of Africa, they weren't resonating with people at the time. But now time has passed, they really are seeing that his vision was the starting point, the spark of the flame that helped Ghana grow and continue to grow and become what it is and see the direction it's going. So it was pretty impressive, not only to go there, see the museum and learn about him, because we didn't know anything about him, but it's a beautiful museum. But we got the chance to see how, what you actually do and who you're thinking about when you're doing those things, when you're in those situations. You're thinking about the history and the future in his version is he's thinking about the people, and to see the people come around and appreciate that's pretty amazing. So I had a good time there.
Right. And after we did that, had those amazing tours, we got a chance to have our first glimpse of the Black Star Square.
Yeah, but we was on the clock.
So we only got a chance to do a drive-by with that. So because we were on our way to bigger and better things, because at dinner that night we had other things planned. So we had to wait for that. Yeah.
And we had to pack. Right. And we had to get ready to move, because we were moving out of that hotel
to go to Kumasi, which in Kumasi is a 6-hour road trip from Accra. And
can I say something?
Sure.
It's a 6-hour road trip you'll never forget, and you'll wish you were never on.
Facts.
It's bumpy.
It was. The infrastructure is not quite what you would envision it to be
on that road.
Would love
yeah.
for it to be,
Yes.
but it is a 6-hour road trip for sure. We were in a bus and had our luggage on top, and we were just kind of trucking along.
Yep. Facts.
However, it is also only a 45-minute flight from Accra to Kumasi, which you can also do that.
Yeah.
But we're here to give the people what they want. We're here to let you know.
Test out everything. And so for you, we took a
Take the flight.
6-hour bumpy road trip. So you now know, take the flight. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it was quite the adventure for us to get to Kumasi. And as soon as we arrived there, our first stop was going to Bonwire.
Yeah.
Bonwire. Bon-We.
And look, if Ghana has ever been in your heart, don't wait. This trip is more than just travel. It was for us. It was a reconnection with our roots. And that, good people, was our visit to the motherland, to Accra, to Ghana, to Africa.
If you enjoy this journey with us, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure.
Also, share this video with your friends. Share this with someone you know wants to go to Africa. This is how you get there and the best way to survive it.
Yep. As always, travel smart, travel often, and travel safe.
Till next time.
Bye.